Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our TOEFL preparation series. I'm your speaking coach, and today we are diving into a really exciting task called Take an Interview. In this part of the exam, you need to think on your feet because there is no preparation time. It is all about how you organize your thoughts quickly and speak with confidence. We are going to look at a discussion about the future of libraries. I will show you how to structure your opinions, provide solid reasons, and keep your English sounding natural and fluid, just like a real conversation. Let's get started and turn this challenge into a high-scoring opportunity. For more expert tips and practice sessions to ace your exam, make sure to subscribe to myTOEFL and hit the notification bell. Keep learning with us and let's reach those target scores together. You are in a focus group discussing the future of public libraries. The facilitator will now ask you some questions. This title sets the scene for our speaking task. It tells us that you are participating in a focus group. This is important because it means your tone should be professional yet conversational, as if you are sharing your ideas with a group of people. The main topic is the future of public libraries. These keywords tell us that we need to think about how libraries are changing and what their role will be in the years to come. Understanding this context helps you visualize the situation so you can speak more naturally. All right, let's jump into our first question of the interview. In this task, remember to listen carefully and respond immediately with a clear point of view. Hello. Do you believe public libraries are still important in the digital age? Why or why not? In this first question, the interviewer is asking for your personal opinion on whether libraries have lost their value. The communicative purpose here is to see if you can take a stand and defend it. The most important phrases to notice are still important and digital age. This tells you that you must compare the traditional library to our modern internet-heavy world. Since you have no prep time, mentally decide yes or no immediately. The word why is your signal to provide at least two clear reasons. A common mistake is just saying, I agree, and stopping. Instead, you need to expand. Focus on being conversational. Start with a phrase like, I definitely believe, to sound more like a native speaker. Public libraries are still very important in the digital age. This is a perfect opening sentence because it directly answers the interviewer's question without any hesitation. It establishes the speaker's position right away. I want to highlight the phrase, very important, because it shows a strong, confident stance. By echoing the interviewer's words about the digital age, the speaker shows they have understood the prompt perfectly. This provides a solid foundation for the reasons that will follow, making the response easy for the rater to track. They provide free and equal access to information for people who may not have reliable internet or personal devices. Now the speaker is moving into their first supporting reason. This sentence explains one of the primary social functions of a library. The key phrase here is free and equal access. This highlights the core benefit of libraries. Mentioning reliable internet or personal devices provides a concrete contrast to the digital world. This level of detail makes the argument much more persuasive. It sounds very natural because it explains the why in a way that relates to real-world problems. Libraries are also quiet, safe spaces where students, job seekers, and researchers can focus and learn without pressure. Here we have a second reason that focuses on the physical environment of a library. The speaker uses quiet, safe spaces to describe the atmosphere. By listing specific groups like students, job seekers, and researchers, the speaker adds depth to the answer. This shows that the library serves many different members of the community. Using the word also helps connect this thought smoothly to the previous sentence, which is great for your flow score. In addition, libraries support lifelong learning through workshops, reading programs, and community events. The speaker uses the transition, in addition, to signal that they are adding yet another point. This shows a high level of organization. This sentence shifts the focus to active services like lifelong learning. By mentioning workshops and community events, the speaker proves that libraries are more than just buildings full of books. They are centers for activity. This adds a lot of variety to the response. Even though information is widely available online, libraries help people navigate trustworthy sources and avoid misinformation. This sentence is fantastic because it acknowledges the opposite side of the argument, that information is online, and then counters it. The phrase, even though, shows a sophisticated use of contrast. The speaker emphasizes trustworthy sources and misinformation. This is a very modern and relevant point to make in the digital age. It demonstrates that the speaker can think critically about the topic, which really impresses examiners. For these reasons, I believe public libraries continue to play a vital social and educational role. Finally, we have the conclusion. The phrase, "for these reasons," tells the listener that the response is coming to an end. It summarizes the main point by calling the library's role vital. This brings the whole answer full circle. Ending with a clear summary like this ensures you don't just trail off, but instead finish with a strong professional impression. Now, let's get ready for the second question. Moving right along, the interviewer is going to dive a bit deeper into the specific focus of libraries now. Stay focused. Interviewer: should libraries focus more on providing digital resources and computers, or on maintaining their collection of physical books? Why? Question 2 is a choice question. The interviewer wants to know where you think the priority should be. The key words here are digital resources versus physical books. You can choose one side, or you can suggest a balance between both. The prompt ends with why, so you must justify your choice with logical reasons. When you hear a question like this, try to think of one benefit for each side so you can compare them. Avoid sounding like you are reading a list. Use phrases like, on one hand, or on the other hand, to make your comparison sound more natural and conversational. I think libraries should balance digital resources with physical books rather than choosing only one. The speaker starts by proposing a middle ground, which is a very smart way to handle a choice question. The word balance is the key here. It shows that the speaker sees value in both options. By saying, rather than choosing only one, the speaker sets up a comprehensive argument that will look at both sides. This makes for a very well-rounded and mature response. Digital resources and computers are essential for modern education, job applications, and online research. This sentence supports the first half of the balance, the digital side. The speaker uses the word essential to show how necessary these tools are. By providing examples like job applications and online research, the speaker gives practical reasons why digital tools are a must-have in any modern library. It's a clear, functional argument. At the same time, physical books are still important for deep reading, concentration, and personal preference. Now the speaker transitions to the other side of the balance. The phrase, "at the same time," is a great connector to show contrast. The speaker highlights deep reading and concentration as specific benefits of paper books. This shows that the speaker understands that different media serve different cognitive purposes. It adds a nice intellectual layer to the answer. Many readers find printed books more comfortable and less distracting than screens. This sentence adds a personal, human element to the argument. Keywords like more comfortable and less distracting explain the user experience. It's an easy point to follow and very relatable. Spoken English often uses these kinds of descriptive comparisons to make a point more vivid, and it works perfectly here to support the maintenance of physical collections. By offering both formats, libraries can serve a wider range of users with different needs and learning styles. This is a high-level summary sentence that explains the benefit of the balance strategy mentioned at the start. The phrase, "wider range of users," is very effective. It suggests that inclusivity is a goal for libraries. Mentioning learning styles shows that the speaker is thinking about education and accessibility, which are key themes for this topic. This balanced approach allows libraries to remain relevant while respecting traditional reading habits. This is a strong concluding sentence. It uses balanced approach to remind the listener of the main point. The word relevant is a great choice because it addresses the core concern of the entire interview. By combining the new with the traditional, the speaker finishes with a very logical and satisfying conclusion. Great job! Let's move to the third question. You are doing great. Now, the facilitator wants some creative ideas. Let's see how you can handle a request for innovation. Interviewer. Many libraries are seeing fewer visitors. What are 2 innovative services libraries could offer to attract more people from the community? This question is asking for problem solving and creativity. The interviewer notes a problem: fewer visitors. Your task is to provide 2 innovative services. Note the number, exactly 2. If you only give 1, you haven't fully answered the prompt. The goal is to attract people. Think about what people in your community need today that they didn't need 20 years ago. To organize this quickly in your head, think, first idea is X, and second idea is Y. Using transition words like first and another idea will help you keep these 2 points distinct and clear for the interviewer. One innovative service libraries could offer is flexible co-working and study spaces with modern technology. The speaker starts by introducing the first of the 2 required ideas. The phrase, "one innovative service," is a very clear signpost. The suggestion of flexible co-working and study spaces is very modern and addresses the rise of remote work. Adding modern technology makes the idea sound complete and attractive for today's world. These spaces could attract students, freelancers, and remote workers who need a quiet and professional environment. This sentence explains who would benefit from the first idea. By identifying students, freelancers, and remote workers, the speaker shows they understand the specific needs of the community. Using the words quiet and professional environment explains exactly why these people would choose a library over a coffee shop, for example. This adds great supporting detail to the first idea. Another idea is hosting community-based programs, such as skill-sharing workshops, language exchange clubs, or technology training sessions. Now the speaker introduces the second required idea. The transition. Another idea clearly marks the shift. This suggestion of community-based programs focuses on social connection. By listing examples like skill sharing and language exchange, the speaker makes the suggestion feel very concrete and practical. These activities encourage social interaction and make libraries more than just places to borrow books. This sentence explains the positive impact of the second idea. The key benefit here is social interaction. The speaker uses a great contrast phrase, more than just places to borrow books. This shows an understanding of how the library's identity needs to evolve to stay relevant. It's a very effective way to justify the suggestion. By becoming active community hubs, libraries can attract people who might not otherwise visit. Here, the speaker combines both ideas under a single concept: active community hubs. This is a sophisticated way to summarize the goal. The phrase, "might not otherwise visit," directly addresses the interviewer's concern about fewer visitors. It shows the speaker is keeping the main goal of the question in mind throughout the entire response. Such services help libraries reconnect with the community in meaningful ways. This is the final concluding thought. The word reconnect is very powerful here because it implies rebuilding a relationship that has faded. Ending with meaningful ways adds a touch of positive sentiment. It's a clean, professional finish that leaves no doubt about the speaker's point. Ready for the final question? Let's go! Last one. This is a forward-looking question about the profession itself. Think about both sides of the coin here. Interviewer, as information becomes increasingly digital, how might the role of the librarian positively and negatively change in the next 20 years? The final question asks you to predict the future of a specific job. The key constraint here is to look at both positively and negatively changes. The time frame is the next 20 years. To answer this effectively, you need to think about how technology like AI or automation might replace some tasks, but also how humans will still be needed to guide others. A great tip for this question is to use "on the positive side" and "however" or "on the negative side" to clearly separate your points. This structure ensures you meet both requirements of the question and makes your speech very organized and easy to score highly. In the future, the role of librarians will likely change in both positive and negative ways. This is a classic roadmap opening. It tells the interviewer exactly what to expect, a discussion of both positive and negative changes. By using the word likely, the speaker sounds appropriately cautious about making future predictions. It's a professional and clear way to start the final response. On the positive side, librarians may become information guides who help users evaluate digital sources and develop media literacy skills. The speaker immediately starts with the positive aspect. Using "on the positive side" as a transition is perfect. The phrase "information guides" is a creative way to describe the new role. Highlighting media literacy skills shows that the speaker is aware of current educational needs. This makes the positive change feel very credible and modern. They could also play a stronger role in teaching technology skills and supporting online research. This sentence builds on the positive point. The speaker uses "stronger role" to show growth in the profession. Mentioning teaching technology skills adds more detail to the librarian's future duties. This helps paint a full picture of the positive evolution of the job. However, a negative change could be reduced demand for traditional librarian tasks due to automation and artificial intelligence. The transition word, however, signals that we are moving to the negative part of the answer. The speaker identifies reduced demand as the main risk. Citing automation and artificial intelligence as the causes makes the answer sound very contemporary and thoughtful. It directly addresses the negative requirement of the prompt. Some roles may disappear as digital systems become more efficient. This sentence adds more detail to the negative prediction. The word "disappear" is a strong, clear way to describe the potential impact of technology. Linking this to efficient systems explains the logic behind the change. It's a short but powerful supporting sentence that reinforces the previous point about automation. Overall, librarians will need to adapt, but their expertise in guiding people through information will remain valuable. The speaker ends with a balanced final summary. The word "overall" signals the conclusion. By using adapt, the speaker suggests that the future isn't just good or bad, but requires change. The final phrase, "remain valuable," provides a strong, positive closing note, emphasizing that human expertise is still key. This is a very high-quality way to wrap up the entire interview. Well done on finishing this practice session.